you have said in a fair number of interviews that one of the reasons that you vote against so many of the programs that are funded by government is that they're unconstitutional. And I don't want to do a seminar on constitutional law now, but I want to check off a couple of these programs and say, look, are these the ones you're talking about? Is Social Security unconstitutional?
Yes.
You think it is unconstitutional?
Oh, yeah, sure. Where is the authority? Well, the question is, where is the authority?
Well, I mean, look, I actually, you know, you'll be happy to know this
is... Does it say Social
Well, this is a copy of the Constitution given to me by the Cato Institution, you know, which is more ideologically aligned with you. I mean, there are the necessary and proper clause, which talks about Congress shall make all laws necessary and proper to pursue the general welfare.
No.
Well, I mean, it's right here. It's right here in black. I mean,
but where is it? It's at the end of Article 1, Section 8.
Well, but wait.
And Article 1, Section 8 lists 22 things that you can do, and anything necessary and proper to fulfill those authorities, you're allowed to do it. So it's there. And the General Welfare Clause is a gross distortion. I mean, you can do anything. Why did they have the 9th and 10th Amendment if the General Welfare says you can set up social insurance?
I have to put my glasses on to read the Constitution, at least the Cato Institute version.
Okay.
Prince too small. Yeah. You're not saying the 9th and 10th Amendment make Social Security unconstitutional, are you?
No, I'm saying it's unconstitutional because we didn't have an authority, and anything you don't have an authority to, you're not allowed to do. That's what the 9th and 10th Amendment say.
And they also has to do with states' rights. But I don't understand here. I mean, it says Congress shall have power to lay and collect taxes, duties, imposts, excises, to pay the debts and provide for the common defense and general welfare of the United States.
I think the general welfare is saying maybe having an honest currency, maybe having you know, free markets and property rights. That's general. But when what you're talking about on general welfare is specific welfare. If you take care of the elderly at the expense of the poor, that's not general. That's specific. It's a transfer of wealth. Anything a transfer of wealth.
Look, Congress, that's a little metaphysical for me because I think what we're talking about is the entirety of our senior citizens. Okay, so look.
But it doesn't work either.
Social Security, you think, well, okay, it's a separate conversation. I disagree. Social Security, you think, is unconstitutional.
Absolutely.
Okay, Medicare?
Sure.
Same argument. There's nothing in here that provides...
You got to have an explicit authority, otherwise you're not allowed to do it. That's what it says.
How explicit? Okay, Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, I gather then you're saying all of them are unconstitutional.
I do.
I think most of the public is going to be rather astonished to hear you think that Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid are all unconstitutional.
Technically speaking, they're unconstitutional.
So if you were president, you would not put them in your budget?
Well, I think what I would do is propose a transition time. I would give the young people, and they're overwhelmingly in support of my suggestion, that if you're young and you're getting out of college and starting in the workforce, opt out. They want to opt out of Obamacare, I'd let them opt out and not have to pay any of the tax. And I would let people over 50, I think we should work very hard to try to fulfill our promises, which means we have to cut elsewhere. We spend $1.2 trillion overseas. We can save a lot of money there. We don't have to put any. See, your inference is that, oh, you're against Medicare and Medicaid, you're going to throw them all out in the street. That's how you're going to balance the budget. But there is a transition that you can work on.
I'm trying not to create a caricature of your view. Trust me, I understand there are many changes that have to be made and understand the subtlety of your view, which is there are alternatives that can be provided elsewhere. Let's move on.